Hi there and welcome back, YouTubers. Today I'm going to show you how to install a fuel shutoff valve on your lawn tractor. First of all, you need to find out where your fuel line is. On some tractors it will be on the right hand side, on some others it will be on the other side. So here's the fuel line going to the fuel filter on this one and then going to the fuel pump. So I'm going to install my fuel shutoff valve somewhere in between here. Installing a fuel cutoff valve like this one here today. Or you could also install one of these, which is a bit better, made out of metal. That will do as well. You're also going to need 2 1/2-inch fuel clips. Now before you get started, you want to look for the little arrow on the fuel cutoff valve. And this is the arrow pointing the flow of the fuel. So if the fuel is flowing this way to the fuel pump or the carburetor, then the arrow would have to be pointing that way. If you put it in the wrong way, it's not going to run. So to start with, you want to pinch the fuel line with a small pair of vice grips. Not too tight because you don't want to puncture the fuel line, just like that. Now you want to cut the fuel line. A little bit of fuel is going to come out, which is normal. And cut off about 3/4 of an inch from the fuel line like this. The next thing you want to do is grab one end of the fuel line and insert a clip over it. And then insert your fuel cutoff valve. Again, make sure that the arrow is pointing toward the carburetor. Turn the fuel valve off like this. Position it the way you want. Now that the fuel valve is off, you can release the vice grips. Insert the fuel line clip on the other side. Next, insert the other side of the fuel valve. Bring it in all the way like that. And then reposition the fuel clip. And you're done. When you use your tractor, you want to make sure that the valve is in the on position like this. And when you put it away for a while, you can put it in the off position and let the engine run until the carburetor and the fuel pump are empty. Now some of you may wonder what's the purpose of installing a fuel shutoff valve on your lawn tractor. Well, some of the reasons are that when you put it away in the fall, you can turn the valve off, let the engine run until it dries up the carburetor, then you know there's no more fuel left in there to go bad for the winter time. Another reason could be that you have a leaky carburetor when it's put away for a while, so by turning the valve off, you're not going to come back to use your tractor and have a big puddle of gas in your garage. Another instance where a fuel shutoff valve will come in really handy is if you have to do any carburetor work on your lawn tractor. Then you can turn the valve off and not worry about gas pouring everywhere once the carburetor is unhooked. So in this case, if I wanted to drain the fuel tank, all I'd have to do is disconnect the fuel valve from the fuel line here and then put it into a container. Then I could drain the whole fuel tank in the fall before putting it away for the winter time. These are all instances where a fuel shutoff valve will come in handy, and pretty well any homeowner can install this themselves. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time.